Yo, what's going on, guys? And today I wanted to talk about the Pelicans could be making a run at Donovan Mitchell. And now, for me, the whole thing, when you look at this team, how would they go out and get themselves Donovan Mitchell? I know it sounds preposterous. So, the whole idea is that they would be going after Brandon Ingram. Now, for me, I think that's the biggest thing is if that they're going to go after a guy like Brandon Ingram. I think does he fit? Yeah, but it would be because that's what they're offering, right? It's Brandon Ingram and a bunch of players, or maybe I don't know what players, or they send Brandon somewhere else. I just think if you're trading Donovan Mitchell to the Pelicans, I can't feasibly see that being a decent deal. So the report is coming from Zach Lowe that Zach Lowe talked about teams that could be interested in trading for Donovan Mitchell if Mitchell declines an extension. He obviously the usual suspect: Lakers, Heat, Nets, but the Pelicans could be somebody, as the Cavs don't have a player with Brandon Ingram's size and skill at the combo with that combination at the forward spot, and he's almost as good as a scorer as Mitchell. And plus, they would keep you know Darius Garland. You would assume at this point. For me, I think hmm, it, it's hard to look at this because for me, one of the biggest things in the world is definitely looking at how this is an upgrade. I mean, it would be a short term solution because if you look at the current situation, Brandon Ingram would be an expiring 36, so you'd have to pay him, and Donovan Mitchell's 35. So this deal makes sense if you were gonna do okay. Here's Brandon Ingram, and maybe throw in Jordan Hawkins and a pick with EJ Little, and that brings up the money to about like 60, well, not 60, 41, $42 million. And then you ask them to throw in George Niang and Donovan Mitchell, or Donovan Mitchell and Dean Wade. But I just don't see it being a good deal, in my opinion, for the Pelicans. And I just think the Pelicans would benefit more, trading Brandon Ingram for like a Jeremy Grant, or calling up the the Orlando Magic and being like, hey, if you guys are trying to get shooting in size next to Franz Wagner and Paulo Banchero, how about you send us Jonathan Isaac and Wendell Carter, and maybe even throw in a guy like not Chet Howard, Caleb Houston, or maybe even Joe Ingles, and he's throwing in the deal to Sweeney. If you're the Pelicans, you get off of Liddell and Matt Ryan's contract if you believe in it. But I just don't see the Pelicans doing this, in my opinion.